Dr. Duke here, your holistic doctor. There's been a rise in cancer for those under the age of 50, and it's a mystery. Ooh, or is it? Let's start with what is cancer. Cancer is a large group of diseases that can start in almost any organ or tissue of the body when abnormal cells grow uncontrollably, go beyond their usual boundaries to invade adjoining parts of the body and or spread to other organs. So really, it's abnormal cell growth that conventional medicine can't connect to anything beyond chronic inflammatory conditions. It's funny that the inflammatory aspect is considered as an aside, since it's likely the driving factor for eventual diagnoses of cancer. Cancer will likely have a variety of factors, both genetic and environmental. If that's the case, what can you do to reduce your risk beyond the obvious, like quitting smoking, exercising, and reducing your overall alcohol intake? The most important preventative is eating correctly. But what does that mean? Most people don't know. It sounds obvious, and most people assume they know how to eat and are eating correctly. It's a taboo topic for a lot of people. Discuss food with anyone and tell them they are eating wrong or poorly, and it becomes an argument. The fact is, we are married to what we eat, and this makes sense based upon the hormonal and neurotransmitter responses that drive our hunger and what we eat. But despite everyone informing me that they eat chicken and veggies for lunch and fish and rice for dinner every day, there's a billion-dollar industry out there selling processed crap that I know everyone eats on some level. Some daily, some for every single meal. These foods are having an impact on your overall health, more than you can even know. And those foods and the processes they go through to reach you are driving this increase in cancer. Doctors, conventional, mostly want you to work to address this by increasing cancer screenings, but that is a really reactive measure. Well, not bad, it does nothing to prevent the cancer from beginning in the first place. They should be discussing food options, supplementation protocols, and they should definitely be educating you on the avoidance of chemicals and additives in specific foods. No conventional doctor suggests a diet for a cancer diagnosis these days. To the contrary, they actually inform you that your diet has nothing to do with your condition. I hear that all the time, for everything. It's mind-boggling considering the objective increase in cancers among those under 50 when viewed alongside the increase in chemical additives in foods. Not to mention the scientific studies in animals staring them and all of us directly in the face. There is a direct correlation there, but this is where the problem comes in. Modern conventional medicine, those doctors, they need a bad guy. This is due to our concept of medicine, which is predicated upon the germ theory. And while that has saved millions of lives, we always need one bad guy and one good guy to resolve that. So while they continue to look for this boogeyman, cancer rages on. We don't hold food companies accountable and address the root cause fact that we are slowly being poisoned and poisoning ourselves so we can eat processed foods. If you want more info on how to fight that good fight, follow and join our nonprofit, www.realfoodfirst.org. Think about it like this. Conventional approaches are like a nuclear bomb. Chemotherapy drugs work by killing fast-growing cells in the body, cancer cells, but also healthy white blood cells. Although methods are improving to utilize the immune system itself to recognize and kill cancer, they do not work for all cancers or all people. Simply put, there's no healing involved in this process. And while that may not be the immediate goal, working to keep the body optimal will not only assist the results, but provide for an easier recovery. So, why is it increasing now in young people? The conventional approach, like I said previously, is the reactive approach, which is to wait until you have cancer. Like I indicated, more screening is the go-to solution. And while it is good to know immediately if you are dealing with cancer, there is no conventional approach to preventing cancer. Here is the simple truth staring all of us and conventional medicine in the face. We are poisoning ourselves. There is no way around this fact. The foods we are eating, while convenient, are made with stabilizers, emulsifiers, sweeteners that have been processed so much that they have a negative impact on the body. This is not a hard concept to understand. Anything that you put in your mouth is going to impact the body, and if it is not natural, it is more than likely going to impact the body negatively. Let's look at colon cancer specifically, which has been in the news recently. Conventional medicine is looking for a single culprit that is driving this issue, the bad guy. Well, it is multifaceted. You do not have to look further than clinical trials run by conventional medicine, which shows that the emulsifiers specifically in foods such as guar gums, carrageenan, soy lectin, polysorbate 80, the list goes on, promote inflammation of the colon and lead to colon cancer in mice. These are in the majority of foods most Americans eat daily. If you want to stay informed about information like this, you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel and consider joining realfoodfirst.org to hold food companies accountable and continue to educate yourself on how you're slowly being poisoned and what to do to resolve that. Now that you know of the driving culprits, what can you do? You need to choose real foods first. Well, this can be difficult due to time constraints. It is not impossible. There are apps out there like Yuka, Food Additives Checker, and Pure Check, amount others that can assist you with finding healthy alternatives, but they are not perfect. The fact is, if you can't pronounce the additives and chemicals in your packaged foods, they are likely going to have a negative impact on your body, and that outcome over time could potentially be cancer. How much depends on the amount you eat, your current health status, and how sensitive you are to that particular chemical. Now, there are ways to assist the body, but this is not to say that you can utilize these tools and eat poorly. Dr. Duke's formulas, my protocols are formulated supplements specifically to address inflammatory issues for all GI conditions. And they will assist in detox in providing a protective barrier against harmful additives and chemicals. But they will not be able to out-supplement your poor diet and lifestyle choices. You have to become accountable for what you eat until we all hold the food companies accountable for what is in our foods. My products, Digest Renew, assists with the body in breaking down food and possibly toxins to assist in the absorption of nutrients and excretion of toxic additives and chemicals. My product, Gut Supreme, reduces inflammation, rebuilds the mucosal lining that separates you from the outside world and these harmful additives. And Pro Supreme assists in rebuilding the microflora that is impacted negatively by chronic intake of these chemicals. Together, these work synergistically to create a solid GI tract to assist you in reaching optimal health. All of these can be found at www.drdukesformulas.com. Know that there are solutions, but they start with you. Until you assist me in holding food companies accountable, you need to be knowledgeable on how the food you eat impacts your body. Do not wait until you are sick to start getting well. I can assist you with that right now, before symptoms and issues arise. But until that time, if colon cancer runs in your family, emulsifiers and foods are something you need to avoid entirely. Additional additives should also be avoided or limited as much as possible. And if you want more information concerning additives, chemicals in your foods, you can contact my office, you can join realfoodfirst.org, you can utilize some of the apps available through the App Store I mentioned, and you can like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope that this information can help some of you and your families and friends. In good health.